Alright. Hello again. This is, I don't think it's gonna be the finale, because I'm probably gonna keep playing, you know, after this, because there's a ton of different possibilities that you can get into, you know. But this is the last time for this playthrough, I guess. Because we gotta go just one more time around. Whatever happens, happens. But this time, I think we should be as nice to her as we possibly can. The last time, I did everything the narrator wanted me to do. I coldly killed her. And this time, I'm gonna be
You make your way up the short
as
path to the
accommodating as I can to her.
cabin. You'll find
Just you know, to see what happens.
the interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare.
Hang on, what is the key for it again? There's a button I can press just on my keyboard that'll boil effect. I don't know what that means. It's just one of the effects. Whatever. Do not take the blade. Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
I'm here to save you.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
Hold on, let's talk a bit first. Hang on, let me save before I do that.
Okay.
This is the nicest she's been. Because, well, I mean, the facade hasn't dropped yet, you know? If I came down here with a knife, she would already be on edge. But, you know, she's being nice about it. Now, maybe this time she can tell me her name. What's your name?
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
So is Princess your name?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like. I'm sorry. I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked down here for a reason. I'm the first person you've seen in a while. What have you been eating? Or drinking?
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant. Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
I mean, I could just be straight up with her. I was sent here to slay you. You're apparently supposed to end the world. I shouldn't say anything, but I don't think you're actually dangerous. But I wanted to see you for myself. I'm still not sure what I believe. I'm starting to think it's true. Something about you that doesn't feel right. Let me choose the second one. I'm still not sure what to believe.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
I was hoping you'd tell me.
I don't know how to destroy the world, if that's what you're getting at.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. I don't trust that, and I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me.
You see, the first time she was saying this, she was way more on edge because we had the knife. So she like dropped this act here of being all innocent and, you know, not capable of doing all the things that we've seen that she is capable of doing. It is interesting, just the cadence of her voice is different here, is what I'm saying. Because before, she was a lot more, like, harsh with how she said this. You know, she said it with a lot more sass, you know what I mean?
This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about. Do you really think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to? We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
You see, the thing is, though, I think she is capable of, like, not being evil. Because when she was the ghost, and we, you know, we get possessed by her, and we leave the cabin, she keeps her word and leaves. Even though, you know, that's that was then the end, when she gets pulled into the abyss of whatever that was. But but still, her intention was to let us go and not possess our body, like, you know, or do horrible things to us. So I think she is capable of not being evil. So I'm gonna trust her. I don't know everything about you. For all I know, you're locked up here for a reason. Sorry, I just can't trust you. This doesn't add up, and it isn't worth the risk to take your word over the potential fate of the world. Okay. I'm just gonna trust her completely 100%. I can't believe they've been keeping you down here like this. I'm getting you out of here.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
If there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas? I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe the key's still laying around somewhere up there. And if not, maybe I can at least find you something to break you free.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Hey, let me out of here.
Shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Try the door.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Return to the bottom of the stairs.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs.
Now we're
This
both
would have
stuck
been
here
so
forever.
much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates
Oh,
before
God.
raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
Jesus Christ. Alright, I'm gonna just say, like, some of the imagery in this game, like, you know, is spooky and I like it a lot. I love the art style. But this image right here is, like, genuinely disturbing to me. Like, before it was just like, alright, that's creepy. You know, and again, I appreciate it. I'm not saying it's not, like, scary or anything, but this is, like, genuinely horrifying to me. And the fact that she barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth. She just did it.
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Oh, wow. Doesn't even give you the option to slay her. You gotta save her.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't have just done that. You can ask her, like, is there another way to... I guess not. There's just no other way. It had to be the arm.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and
Right, he said, I accidentally skipped it, so he said, no, I can't just let you, let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Oh my god, no! Warn her.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Resist.
The blade. Move the blade. As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
She might just stab me right now.
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
Yep.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
See, like, even now, she's not being, you know, herself. Even though she's literally stabbing us to death. She could very easily just be like, alright, well, you know. Like, this will be quick, whatever, who cares, you know, but...
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark. And you die.
Chapter 2, The Damsel.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
See, now she'll remember what happened last time,
You're here to slay her.
which
if
I'm
you
very curious about. Wow, I could be very... I mean, why not? Oh, you bastard. You're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks. I mean, we're completely going against the narrator this time. Before we were doing exactly what he said. Here we're just...
Tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We just met for the first time.
We're going completely against him.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he?
Oh my god.
If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
Oh my god, a new voice. Now he's the simp one. This is the true simp ending here we're getting.
Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. Sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth, and all of this really did already happen. Why would I listen to you? Or why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last...
You were the one who did us in,
Oh, whoops.
villain.
You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. Well, I mean, technically speaking, sure, but...
Well, not you in the literal sense, but you did everything you could to stop us from rescuing her. Oh, I wonder why. Maybe it's because the entire world was at stake. No lone princess is worth that price.
I beg to differ.
I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just going to take a deep breath and assume that whoever is making the decisions here has the common sense to ignore your protestations. Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
She would never. She's a perfect angel that you cruelly imprisoned as part of some convoluted, dastardly scheme.
Convoluted? I don't know how this premise could be any more simple. Princess bad, stop her, save everyone.
Let's talk about this princess.
Just be quick about it.
The only reason she was even able to kill me last time was because I let her. She could barely hold a knife. How was she supposed to end the world? Who locked her in that basement? What is this place?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
I'll do the only reason she was able to kill me last time was because I let her.
She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you.
Maybe it's her beauty that threatens the world. Sure, it's her beauty. Why not? And before you ask, no, we can't just keep her down there. If you don't slay her, she's going to find a way out. It's unfortunate, I know, but it's just the way it is.
If the people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are.
Oh, I didn't know we were special.
Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
Calling us special isn't going to make us friends, even if it did feel nice. Oh, believe me, the last thing I want is for you and I to be friends.
But I'm a professional, and I'm not going to let my dislike for you get in the way of helping you save the world.
The voice of the smitten guy is a real, like, Zap Brannigan type of character there. Well, maybe not fully, but he reminds me of that. It's just the voice, really. It's just the voice. Being cagey, what aren't you telling me?
I told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult. Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to take me at my word.
That's all.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath.
See, I don't want to. I don't want to tell the narrator this. I'm just gonna go. 'Cause I don't know. I mean, he could easily change stuff. I'm with them. I'm going to find a way to save her from that cabin. So I'm not going to tell him that. I don't want to let him know what I'm planning.
Warning. Before you go any further, she will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in.
I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Proceed into the cabin. Alright. See what happens, I guess.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
There's definitely a mirror.
There isn't.
I'm sure the princess would tell us there was a mirror if she were up here.
In which case she'd be lying to you because, again, there isn't a mirror.
Why would you lie about that? What's the point?
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror
Okay. Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see.
This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
But it was there a second ago, and now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
This whole cabin is different from last time.
Very
than
different.
last time.
Is it? can't say I was paying much attention to the scenery last time around.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. Stop letting yourself get distracted.
Enter the basement. Do not take the blade. Just enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight, but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice, it's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already. I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
She has a different
There's
dress
a heavy
on.
chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
Yes.
Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
That's right, villain. And you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time.
Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again? What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
Oh. I'm sorry about what happened last time. The narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
See, that just sounds so fake. That's like the fakest thing I've ever heard in my life.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually.
That's because she's perfect.
Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
Before we started talking, did you end the... Wait, did the world end? Did you end the world?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy.
Oh my god.
My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips. Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
No, I don't want the world to end.
Then I didn't end the world.
See? She didn't confess anything.
Oh my god.
She is innocence itself. I'm not so sure.
I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again?
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
My god.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done. What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
Yep, because it's like I said before. It's just whatever you believe you can do, you can do it.
She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel. No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
Rescue the princess.
No. I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought. You wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh.
So disgusting.
Weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back, and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
We leave, and then we have our whole lives to figure out what we want to do next. What do you want to do?
Let me guess. End the world? Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection, and then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
God. Now don't start that again. It's a quote from the Jungle Book, if you don't know. I don't know. That's just... I don't know how relevant that that reference is. If anyone would get that. Unless I explained it. Want you to tell me what you want. Must be something you want. Do you want to end the world? I just want to leave. We could figure out the rest later. If you want to leave, then let's leave.
That sounds perfect.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers. We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending. I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this. And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks. That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair! We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love. Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her. Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you will ever know. Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice. I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Do you think you can open it? I think we can open it if we try together. Let's go with that one.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door together. Blech. And the lock clicks and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me? I told you our love was insurmountable. You and the princess make your way upstairs, and the blade, that's right, there's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late.
You're not doing that.
You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you. You know, if her walking out that door is really going to end the world, can't we all just stay here? Seems like an easy win for everyone. That's not how this works. Yes, what he said. That's not how this works. Obviously, we have to leave with her. It's our happy ending.
All we have to do... All we need to be happy is each other. What if we just stayed here and built a life together? Stop it with these interruptions. I already made up my mind. We're leaving. Or just ignore them. I mean... it is an interesting thing. It would be interesting to see what she says if we do this. Because, I mean, she probably still wants to leave, though. We'll see.
What a romantic suggestion. You're right. We don't need the world. All we need is each other. That's exactly what I just suggested. Did you suggest that? I wasn't listening. You answered me.
But the door's right there. We can just leave.
Wait. Why would she say that? Was she not wooed by our proclamation of love? We not enough for her? She's not wooed by you because staying here and building a life together isn't a seduction. It isn't anything. It's a non-answer. It can't be done.
Well, let's just go. There's no escaping the inevitable. You're right.
Okay.
Let's just leave.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin, and then you step outside. Our happy ending at last.
We did it. What should we do now?
Where did everything go?
Yep.
Where did he go? Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be
Ugh.
so cold?
Dude, that one really hurts too, because she's actually not being horrible this time. but still.
Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
She still has to be in that. But you don't get the chance to make that jacket. Nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
It's going to be okay. Just trust me.
But it feels so bad. Like, yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
See you on the other side. It's gonna be okay.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you.
She'll be there waiting for us. I just know it.
Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always I always misread that part. The mirror always makes them leave. But you need to see what's in it. The cursor changed again. You are nothing at all. Oh. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze. And then you see it. A figure of faint and veiled in shadow. Just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
Uh-oh. A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. And another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. So I was right, I was a bird the whole time. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you. I have so many questions for you. Does it hurt when pieces of you break off like that? I'm sorry. I don't want to destroy you. Will it help if I look away? Or stop asking questions? Alright. So you're the narrator. Hang on. You're the one who wanted me to slay the princess. Why? I want to get some
Among
answers.
other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed. And despite how far you've fallen, you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
I was made to do this single task? Who made me? What am I?
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
I'm sorry, I don't want to destroy you. Will it help if I look away or stop asking questions?
We've already crossed the point of no return. There's no saving me now. Not that there's ever been much of me to save.
God, I always knew I was special. I don't want to be a god. I want to be me. What are you? Are you something like me?
Oh, I'm nothing like you. I'm an echo. Likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Others like you? You said something like that before. Has every narrator really been different?
Of course. That is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Any time you failed, any time you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world.
Weird.
But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
After everything you've done to us, do you think anyone deserves to live? I don't want to be a god, I want to be me. Does it hurt when pieces of you break off like that? Every time I ask you something, it's like a piece of you breaks. You said she contains death. What is she?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can.
Okay. If you want me to destroy the concept of transformation, how is that existence any better than death? Or even different from death at all? Honestly, it feels worse. Do you have anything to say for yourself? Do you know that things won't just be worse if I destroy her? What would it be like to live in a world without her?
Light, burdenless, an eternal pattern of forgetfulness leading into the joys of rediscovery. Everyone will be with the ones they love. No more fear, no more howling chaos. Just life. Forever. There's a cruel irony to it all. The only way I could share my dream with the world was to never be able to see it for myself.
Does anyone else know about this? Does anyone else know about us?
Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts of oblivion. When the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end.
All right. Do you know that things won't just be worse if I destroy
Of course
her?
they won't be worse. I saw a glimpse of a better world, and I did what I could to make it real. Anything is better than oblivion. In the end, nobody wants to leave.
If I destroy her, won't I be alone?
Yes, you will. But it will all be worth it.
Okay. Death of the author. Run out of questions. Uh-oh. This is the last one. I think you're out of time. I'm not going to slay her, and I want you to know that before you die for good. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. I still have to see what she thinks about all of this. I'll lie. I'll lie to him. Rest easy. I'm going to destroy her.
Lying? I can't tell. But I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator was right. You are the Long Quiet, a vast and nascent? Nauseant? Oh my god. Now I'm gonna look like an idiot. I can't. I've literally never seen that word before, okay? I looked it up. It's nascent. Especially of a process or organization just coming into existence and beginning to display signs of future potential. The nascent space industry. That's the example. I don't know why. That's the example, but there you go. I don't think I've ever heard that word before, okay? And it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. Bring the damsel to her. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. Uh-oh. Oh, God.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
This is so weird. I know it's kind of late to be saying this. I'm pretty sure I said it before, but this is pretty weird. I mean, you gotta admit.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I've missed you too. She unfurls an endless cascade of smiles in response, and then patiently waits for you to continue. Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
I'm the Long Quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
Alright, what happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
There's so many stories we've left unfinished. Can we really just leave?
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
Okay. Don't you have a say in all this? Why is this all falling on me?
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict.
Let's talk this through. I still have so many questions and I need answers before I can make a choice. I'll let you out. An entire world ends for good. I can't do that. If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked? If all of them would have led to this moment?
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
What?
Your love life drives a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go?
Oh.
But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me, and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
Address this vessel's statement directly. Appeal to your shared humanity. Speak about life and death and change and stagnation. But that isn't what any of this has been about. You've done nothing but lecture me since the moment I got here. Argue your independence. You act as though the world can't exist without you, but I've existed without you. Or engage with violence. I don't know, let's appeal to your shared humanity?
Oh, is it not? Perhaps you can enlighten me.
See,
Shivering passes the leaves and some fingers dance.
because now all of the things are coming back.
Remember the violence you inflicted on them, and yet they don't return.
You know, because now she's looking at all the vessels that I've given to her. And some of them are not good, so... This is the ghost one.
I offer you absolution, and you take my hand in yours. You felt the pain you caused another, and you were willing to sacrifice everything you thought was used to set me free. Without sin, there is no redemption.
Continue to appeal to your shared humanity. This has always just been about us, two people forced to hurt each other over again and again and again. But we don't have to hurt each other anymore. Let's see what happens if I address this vessel's... Alright, you know what? I'm gonna save it first. Might as well. Address this vessel's statement directly. But without redemption, there could be no sin. Without redemption, there would be no sin.
And without contrast, there can be nothing at all. You are nothing, a black hole of self-loathing fed by the matter of your restless thoughts. A dog blind to its leash. But there is no light without the dark.
Yep, that was the god one, the simp one.
When I proclaimed my godhood and offered you a place at my side, you gladly became the instrument of my new creation. Only with both of us is there a future to look towards. It is hope that carves meaning into being.
You were consumed by your own ego.
And through your lack of one, you too were consumed. Yet together, we were able to create something beautiful.
The animation's so good.
There is no beginning to them, and there is no end.
And there is no
There is only the flood of
There is
bodies.
only the
In
flood
every
of
moment,
bodies.
you hold every possible
In
sensation
every
at
moment,
once,
you
and
hold
then you
every
hold them all
possible
again.
sensation at once. And then you hold, but in the end, you reflected it back at me. For a brief moment, both of us were everything. We can be everything again. We can weave a beautiful and endless song.
I saw every version of us across every reality. And not every reality had you drawing breath. Even then, I went on. The world doesn't need you. To be everything at once is the same as being nothing at all. Why would either of us want that? To contain everything is to contain every evil alongside every good. We cannot shed the confines of our old selves and create. Can we not shed the confines of our old selves and create?
I saw with a single pair of eyes what I needed dozens to comprehend. And now here we are, each with millions of eyes, and all of them open.
Yep, this super scary one. I fear you now more than ever. I was glad to set you free. I helped you out of fear. I'm not afraid of you anymore. Let's try and appeal to your shared humanity. This has always just been about us. Two people forced to hurt each other again and again and again. And again. We don't have to hurt each other anymore.
You cling to your notion of pain and suffering. There is beauty in ugliness, and love in conflict.
Yeah, maybe I can turn the music a little bit down. The voices are kind of hard to hear, so you know. As the clash between you abates, the princess withdraws, trembling.
You are unmovable. Is it by the design of our conflict that I cannot win? Or are you just that fervent in how you cling to delusion? Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
It's easy to believe in things you believe in when you get to sit above it all. What do you think happens if we leave here? Okay, I'm ready to go, but how do we leave? I never wanted to fight you, but how do we leave? Oh. I can't let that happen. I can't let everything die. Slay the princess. I have to fight for a better world. I am so sorry. Slay the princess. You are cruelty itself. I cannot let you exist. Slay the princess. That's 3 options there. I don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. It can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't let you be free. I won't let you free. You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you. That's a good point. What do you think happens if we leave here?
This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go.
I don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. It can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free.
There is no something else. This, what we are, is everything.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Which hero are you?
All of them? I assume in the same way that you're all of you.
You have no idea how good it is to hear you.
It's good to be here. Seems like you've been doing alright on your own, but she's too many things at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get past all that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Then let's go.
Whoa.
And here we are.
I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't
Ugh.
it?
Just a bunch of hers outside.
Do you need me to describe things?
I'd like that, for old time's sake. Is it just you and me? Did anyone else make it to the cabin?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
Is the narrator really gone?
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated.
Alright. It's funny. After everything he put us through, I'm kind of sad to see him go.
Yeah, it's complicated. He put us through hell, but he's been part of us since the very beginning, hasn't he?
If the offer still stands, could you describe the cabin for me? For old time's sake.
Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows. There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it. And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
Hmm. I'm still going the peaceful route. I'm just gonna enter the
No
basement.
blade it is. I'm not sure what we'll be able to do without it, but your judgment has gotten us this far. The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us.
Continue down
And
the
down
stairs.
we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are. Hands empty. So you don't feel like recreating our first meeting detail for detail. I wonder what else will be different.
Well, I mean, she's not chained up for one.
Maybe there's still room for us to chat before the final curtain call. What do you say?
Sit with her. I guess we could we can open up with I'm sorry for all the times I've hurt you.
Well, the first time we met, I scared you so much your organs stopped working. And I meant to do that. If anyone should be apologizing here, it should be me. But hey, we both took things a little far, didn't we? It's no big deal. All of that's behind us now.
Lady,
I
that's
think.
an understatement. We both took things a little far.
You know, when she puts it like that,
it's so good to finally see you again.
Right back at you. In a way, it hasn't been much time at all, but it feels like it's been forever since I've seen you. Thanks for coming back.
Are you the same as you are out there?
I don't know. I'm a part of her, I think. But she's seen so much more than we have. Like, she's seen everything, right? I don't think I could hold all of that without losing myself. I don't think you could either.
So this is interesting that this is like specifically the first princess that we saw the first time I played through the game. Which, you know, I came down here with the knife. So that's why she's commenting on the fact that I did not bring the knife this time. Which princess are you? You look like you did the first time we met. Is this the real you?
I'm the same princess that's been with you since the beginning. And I feel real. But I also feel like I'm a lot more than I was then. We've been through a lot together. I don't think there's anything more real than that.
Weird. I don't think I want to be a god.
Doesn't matter what we call ourselves. It's just another label, and I don't think labels have ever helped us. All they do is cram us into boxes where we don't fit. Just like this cabin.
So now that we're here, at the end of everything, can you finally tell me your name?
I never had one. And do not call me the Shifting Mound. It's too much. But I've always been a princess to you, right? So why don't we stick with that? And as for you, well, Hero works for me.
But that's me. You know, I think I like that.
None of this was ever really fair for either of us, was it?
No, it really wasn't. But just because it hasn't been fair doesn't mean that it hasn't been worth it. I'm really glad I got to know you.
What do you think of her? What she wanted us to be?
I don't think she's the sort of thing you can really disagree with. It doesn't matter if she's right or wrong because she exists. She's this big, unrelenting force, and there's no arguing with her. But I guess that was the question out there, wasn't it? And it was the question before you came down here, too. Should she get to exist? I'm glad you didn't bring that knife with you. And like I said earlier, I don't really want to be her. I think I just want to be me.
Yeah, I'm happy not to be everything. Just being us is plenty.
What if we just leave?
Do you know where this cabin is? Because I don't. I don't even know what's supposed to be outside other than us. What would even happen if we leave? What would that even mean?
I don't know. But I've always wanted to leave with you. I just didn't like being a god. I want to walk through that cabin door as we are, just you and me. Doesn't matter what happens or what it means. What matters is that we're leaving together. That's all I want. Alright, so we could do this one. Take her hand in yours. Alright, I guess we still have to choose something. It doesn't matter what happens or what it means. What matters is that we're leaving together. That's all I want. Or, not knowing what it means is why I want it. We knew everything out there, but we don't know this. I want to know this. I'll choose this one. Doesn't matter what happens.
You know what? Yeah, I want that too.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you.
Are you going to be okay alone?
Yeah, I'm not sure I'll be alone for too long anyways. The others are still around here somewhere. I'll find them.
Leave with the princess. I didn't get to thank him. Hands clasped together. You and the princess leave the basement behind for the last time. It's quiet as you ascend, a comfortable silence filling a space that used to be flooded with violence and words and noisy thoughts. But there is an energy in the silence. An electricity. Oh, the other hers are gone. Interesting. An electricity. The anticipation of the unknown. At the top of the stairs, the princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. You feel her hand tremble in yours. She's unsure of herself for the first time in your long and short existence. She has no part to play anymore, and she knows this, yet she still is. And then she crosses the room to the door outside, pulling you excitedly with her.
This is it. I have no idea what it's going to be like out there. Not that I'm scared or anything. It's exciting, really. Anything could happen. And if it's bad, then it won't be bad. Not with you.
Oh my god. Who's gonna open it? Are you ready? Neither of us knows what it's going to be like out there. Oh my god, should I go with the I love you? I mean, you barely even met. I mean, okay, well, technically you've... It's kind of been beyond that at this point. You've killed each other several times, but... No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Neither of us knows what it's going to be like out there.
It's something new. But whatever it is, we'll face it. Together.
It's just a little bit too forward for my taste, you know what I mean? It's too forward. Even though it doesn't really matter, but... And what happens next? What? That's it? I can't believe this. How dare you? How dare you? Well then. Alright. Thank you so much for playing. As an expression of our gratitude, here's the track order for a special playlist just for you. If you'd like to take a screenshot, you can hide the UI by hitting H. I don't have to take a screenshot. I'll just take a picture of it. Why not? On my phone. Right here. Alright. And now that you've finished the full story for the first time, you've also unlocked the gallery. You can access it from the main and in-game menus under the Memories tab. And it's full of clues that will help you find undiscovered vessels and interactions. Happy hunting! Make your playlist. Play our other games. Return to main menu. Hang on, just for the lulz of it, I want to see what happens if you say this.
I love you
Oh.
too.
Alright, she accepts it.
But I'm trying not to be sappy about it. Don't make me get all emotional.
Alright, never mind then. This is a love story, remember. The game literally tells you at the start, this is a love story, so it makes sense. Alright. Well, I guess that's it. Memories, let's see. Oh, wow, that's a lot. There's a lot of different vessels we can get here. Hero and the Princess. Yeah, there's a lot. Oh, man. I don't know if I'm gonna do this. Good job, you did it. You saved everyone. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be a long time. We'll see if I continue, because I am curious. I do want to keep playing to see what the other endings are like and the other, the other paths are and everything. Yeah, there's even a bunch of choices from these different paths that I didn't take. Like, I've done this, but instead of, yeah, there were choices in this area that I didn't do, in this path. And I ended up, slaying her. Oh yeah, okay. So this literally tells you, alright, set your nightmare loose upon the world. But then this, get shoved into the bottomless pit. Slay your only exit. See what's behind the mask. See through her eyes at the end of everything. So there's just a bunch. Like, this is the ghost one. And this one I chose to save her and, allow her to possess me, and I didn't kill her a second time. Alright, so there's a lot. She isn't armed, is she? Like, there's a bunch of these. Fall to a feral captive. Betray her before she can betray you. And I wonder if there's, like, more voices, too, that we didn't see. Well, this was very interesting. Not sure if I fully, like, understand everything. So, like, all of this was created by the narrator, who, created this scenario, I guess, so that we can kill death, pretty much. The concept of death. To, like, save everyone. Well, we'll see what happens. Alright. Well, for now, that'll be it. I looked at the Steam achievements. There's like over 130 of them, I think. There's like a lot. So, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I can still play the game, like, and we'll try different things next time. Possibly. Or I could just end here. And, I don't know, maybe you can, you could see for yourself. Go get the game. This is really interesting. And, yeah, we'll see. Until then, though, goodbye.